Are you ready to manifest your dream job in 2025? Discover the proven strategies that will help you attract career success and unlock new opportunities in the evolving job market. Join me as I share essential tips to transform your career, boost your confidence, and make your ideal job a reality. Don't miss out on this chance to take control of your future and turn your career aspirations into achievements. In this competitive job market, there is one soft skill that's going to set you apart from your competitors, and that is passion. What does passion have to do with getting your dream job? Absolutely everything. And we're going to unpack that in today's episode. In the past 5 years, I've assisted 27 of my clients with doubling their salaries and got seven-figure packages. After going through Redefine Masterclass, they had the opportunity and the ability to be able to passionately articulate what they wanted in a job. They were able to clearly define who they were and what problems they solved for an organization, and then align the job with the lifestyle that they desired. Here's the thing about getting to the next level. A lot of women are afraid that they're going to attract a toxic job, but by law of attraction, you get what you think about most of the time. And once you're able to clearly define what you want, you can see a toxic job coming a mile away, and you have the opportunity to just say no. And my clients are working harder to make more money. In fact, they're working 50% less because they're not doing 20 good things. They're only doing 2 right things to move the needle forward in their careers. So in today's episode, I'm going to share with you proven strategies for manifesting your dream job. The 5 things that I'm going to go over today are understanding the law of attraction, number 1. Number 2 is set clear intentions. 3, redefine what success means to you today. Number 4, be specific on what you desire. Then number 5, look for opportunities that align with what you have clearly outlined for yourself. So let's talk about understanding the law of attraction. The law of attraction works whether or not you know it works. The law of attraction is as absolute as the law of gravity. And here's the thing about my 2-year-old nephew. He doesn't have to necessarily know about the law of gravity, but when he walks off the couch, he doesn't have to know that the law of gravity was broken when he fell. He just knows that he fell and that he didn't like it. So a lot of people think the law of attraction is woo-woo or it's kind of out there, but it works whether or not you know it works. And I unpacked this in a video that I left in the description below, where I talked about the law of attraction, how to manifest anything that you want. So watch it to expand your awareness of how you can use the law of attraction to be able to get what you want. But here we're talking about a dream job. Earl Nightingale said in The Strangest Secret, you become what you think about most of the time. So when you're thinking about your dream job, are you thinking about what you don't want? I don't want to go into work every day. Some people want to leave their house. I don't want a remote job. I don't want to go somewhere where I have to work 80 hours a week. I don't want to work around petty people. I don't. So if all you're doing is focusing your energy on what you don't want, have you even clearly defined what you do want? Again, the law of attraction works. You become what you think about most of the time. You attract the opportunities that you think about most of the time. So are you thinking about the negative things more than you've clearly defined what the positive things are? Are you neglecting actually what you want and you'll just take anything? So when it comes to having a dream job, let's roll into point number 2. Set clear intentions. To reverse engineer a dream job, how many times have you thought to yourself, if I just had this job, then I will be happy. If I just had this next job, then I'll take care of myself. When I get this next job, then I'll take time and spend more time with my family. When I get a job that's remote, then I'll have more time to do these things that matter to me. When I get this job. But here's the thing. What do you want your dream life to look like? Can you visualize who do you want to be? How do you want to show up in the world? How do you want to feel? What do you want to contribute? Because if you're over 25, have you fallen for the okie doke of, if I just get this job? And if you're focusing on my job being the thing that's going to make me happy, year after year, job after job, you're going to continue to be disappointed because the job is just a job, is just a job. And you haven't focused on what you want in life. So you can get to the top of the executive level in an organization and still be miserable because you never clearly defined how you wanted to live first. So I want you to think about, how do you want to live? How do you want to exist in the world? How do you want to show up for yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? How do you want to show up for your family? That's the equation to solve for. Once you start to think about, okay, in order for me to live on the beach, I need a job that either is going to allow me to work in that geographic location, or I need to work from home. So I can go live where I want to and still do the work. But in order for me to live on the beach, I need to make a certain amount of money. And what a lot of people do is they acquiesce their dreams to fit what they think that their job can give them. And so your dreams go unfulfilled because my job would never allow me to live on the beach, as opposed to saying, I want to live on the beach, and then look for an opportunity that aligns to what you want. So I want you to first write out, how do you want to live? How do you want to feel each day? And I remember in 2009, I wrote down, when I retire, because I wanted all of my money, I want my office to be outside. I want to be of greater blessing to other people. I want less stress. I want to teach people how to manage their stress. I want to travel and go wherever I want to go, do whatever I want to do, and do it with whoever I want to do it with at whatever time we want to do it. And here's the thing about the law of attraction. I wrote it down. I would say it, and I could see her. I was watching Oprah in 2009, which is when I started to write this stuff down. Who do you want to be? Oprah was interviewing Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay. I mean, some of the greatest metaphysical leaders of all time. And I was watching this stuff and I was like, okay, you want to write down who you want to be? Cool, let me write her down. And I wrote it down. Now, again, the law of attraction works whether or not you know it works. I did the 3 most powerful things that you can do to activate the law of attraction. I wrote it down. I would say it, and I could see who I wanted to be. I could visualize when I was at my job on Friday night at 11 o'clock at night because somebody called their senator on me. And I was supposed to be in Houston at a happy hour, but I'm at work legit on Friday night at 11 o'clock at night. I would lean back in my chair and be like, when I retire one day, I want my office to be outside. I want the wind to blow through my hair. I want to eat an almond croissant and drink coffee in the middle of the day on a bench while the wind blows through my hair. Like, I could see her. I could visualize it. I would say it, and I would read what I wrote down. So when all HEL broke loose in my career, I mean, all of it, total, fell apart. I was trying to hold on to something that was no longer serving me. I was trying to hold on to my check when my inner being and God was trying to pull me to my vision. And I was not willing to let go of because I wasn't as aware and conscious that I created the scenario that I found myself in. To find myself with a toxic boss that harassed me to the point I almost had a nervous breakdown where I had to resign from my career with 3.5 years left to retire with a full pension. I was not willing to leave. But I got to a point where I had to leave or I knew I was going to die. And I had a greater vision of who I could be. The problem is I wanted my check. I wanted my security. I wanted what they owed me, which now rolls into point number 3. Redefine what success means to you today. Was I really successful as a high achieving executive leadership military officer, but I had 27 medical conditions? Was that success? Was it success that I was one of the first 6-figure earners in my family if I was having blinding headaches and was having panic attacks under my desk every day? Was I really successful because I would travel to Paris and Miami and New York and Vegas, and I'm traveling all these places if I had to drink on the plane at 9 o'clock in the morning because I hate my life talking about it's 5 o'clock somewhere? Like, Was that success? And by society standards, I was successful. But the secret was, and what I wasn't really ready to acknowledge for myself is I wasn't as successful in my personal life as I was in my professional life. And that's where the rub comes in. And so I was looking at how I define success in my 20s. And I carried that into my 30s. Well, in my 20s, I probably could, which I shouldn't have, but I could have worked 80 hours a week to prove them wrong when I say that I didn't belong there. I did work 80 hours a week and get additional degrees and certifications to prove them wrong because they say I didn't belong there as a Black woman. Now in my 30s, I'm still operating on the data and the haterade of them saying that I didn't belong there, but I'm burning through my childbearing years. I'm burning through my relationship fruitful years to be able to do the same things that I was doing in my 20s that no longer made sense. And I couldn't stop proving them wrong because they never stopped saying what I couldn't do. So are you caught up in a battle of proving people wrong, waiting for one day for them to magically stop saying it and to give you your gold star? And you're doing all these things and you're checking all the right boxes and you're getting all of the degrees and you're getting all of the awards, but you don't have acceptance of them. Are you so caught up in proving people wrong that you're not even proving yourself right? That you forgot to define what right means to you right now? And is this why there's so much mental confusion in the world and mental inharmony and mental dis-ease? Could that be why? So the question that I want you to answer for yourself today is, what does success mean to you today? Are you married? Do you have kids? Are you a caregiver? Because if you started to do these habits and these things when you were by yourself, now you have the added and additional responsibility of being a parent and being a spouse and being a caregiver, being a leader at work and a leader in your community, a mentor, a mentee, and all these things. You've taken nothing off your plate. Could that be why you're drowning? Could that be why you're not as happy as you thought you would be? Could that be why you don't even feel successful? Because your plate is so full, you never let anything go. You didn't trade anything. And here's the thing. A lot of people think that you need to make less money to work less. That's not true. Because queen bees always make more money than the worker bees. But if you're addicted to doing all these extra things, like women are told you need to work 3 times as hard and you need to get all the degrees and you need to be able to do all these things to outperform your counterparts, but you're not building the relationships because you have all the tasks, but you don't have the relationships, and you continue to watch lesser qualified people get promoted over you again and again and again. And we'll explore that in a different video, but it's like we've been taught wrong. We've been taught inaccurate information and we're following the plan of what other people said, that if we do these things and we check these boxes, we'll be happy. And now we've checked all the boxes and we're miserable and we're lonely and we're rubbing our own leg at night, singing tweet. There goes my shirt up over my head. We haven't made time to be able to cultivate meaningful relationships. And if you happen to be married, are you spending quality time, having intimacy with your spouse, or are you just there? We've saved 30 marriages after my clients have gone through Vision Finder Masterclass. That is no coincidence, because once the women learn how to come back to themselves, then they can give to their families from the overflow. But women are conditioned to give, do. You leave nothing for yourself and you're depleted. And then you're resentful, and nobody's happy if mom's not happy. If the woman in the house is miserable, everybody is miserable. Let's be clear. So what does success mean to you today? I want you to define it. I want you to see it. I want you to clearly articulate, what does it mean to you today? And are you operating on old data? Because you can't pour new wine in old wineskins. Number 4, Be specific on what you desire. Now that you've gotten a clearer picture on how you want to exist in the world, how you want to feel in the world, and you've redefined what success means to you today, now is not necessarily sacrificing those great things in order to get the small things. You can have it all if you learn how to put it together. So now I want you to write down 8 things that you desire in your new opportunity. What are the 8 things that you want in a job? And we've doubled salaries in the exact same job. So it doesn't have to be in a new job. It could be in your job. But the first thing is, what do you want? Write down 8 things of what you want. Write down the money, how much vacation time that you want. Do you want to go to the executive education school at Harvard Business School? Do you want more PTO? Like, are you caring for an aging parent? What are your 8 things that you want in your opportunities today? Then I want you to write down your 4 things that you're flexible on, and then your 4 deal breakers. This is like a menu. And I want you to be as specific on what you write down as you are when you go into Chipotle and order your food. When you walk into Chipotle, if you just say, I want to make more money, that's just asking for something delicious. Well, you actually have to pick a quesadilla or a burrito or a bowl, or do you want the kids' meal? Or like they're specifically asking you, what do you want? Well, give me a bowl. This is my order. Do you want white or brown rice? I want the white rice. By Weight Watchers points, I think they're the same. Give me the white rice. It is delicious. The white rice and brown rice is, well, I want more vacation. Well, what does more vacation mean to you? The salary is, I want $325,000. The vacation is, I want 5 weeks vacation. And you can't go into this exercise thinking about what your job won't give you. That's not the exercise. The exercise is, what do you want? I want $325,000 or $700,000. Make it something amazing. Don't just make it something that's menial. Make it great. Dazzle me with how much money that you want. $325,000, 5 weeks vacation, the executive education at Harvard Business School program for leadership development, advanced management program. I want to take a negotiations class. I want to learn about being on a board, the women of corporate boards, whatever you want. I want 2 professional development conferences sponsored every year. I want stock options and a bonus, and I want my student loans paid off. Like, whatever it is, company car, flying on the jet. One of my clients negotiated for her wife to get fertility treatments. The possibilities are endless, but what I want you to do is list what you want and be specific. Now let's move on a little bit. What protein do you want? Well, I'm a pescatarian, but I don't want the beef. Do you want the beef? Do you want the chicken? Do you want the pork? Do you want the tofu? Or what do you want? Well, I use my beans as protein. Give me the black beans and the pinto beans. So I want you to be as specific in these things that you want, the 8 things that you want, your 4 deal breakers, and your 4 flexibilities, as specific as you are when you order your coffee or when you order your food at your favorite restaurant. Number 5, look for opportunities that now align with what you want. Now that you have your list, when you're looking for jobs, the jobs have to fit what you have clearly defined for yourself. As opposed to thinking about, oh, well, this job, maybe this job will give me 3 of these. No, and 3 things that you haven't really clearly defined. This is how I want to feel. This is how I want to live, because you can get passionate about this. Going back to the first point that I made at the beginning of this video. This is your dream life. Your dream life goes to a job. Not your dream life goes to the dream job. Your dream life doesn't make your everything the job. Your life is everything. And a lot of times the job encapsulates 90 to 95% of your beingness and the view in which you see your world. I did it. My job and career was my everything. And when I left, I felt like I had nothing. So isn't it any coincidence that when people are laid off, they don't do well? They're panicked, or they kill themselves or they do crazy things because their whole identity was wrapped up into how they were at work. They never got clear on how they wanted to feel. So when you're now thinking about, okay, now let me go look at job opportunities that match this. So when you're talking to potential employers and hiring managers and they get excited about working on the weekends, well, maybe some people want to work on the weekends, but if that's not on your list, then that's not it. One of my clients wanted a different job and she wanted to leave the federal government as a GS-15. And she couldn't figure out, where does she fit? How are her skills transferable? What could she do for corporate that was actually related to what she did in the federal government? She thought she needed to take a pay cut. I'm like, no, that is not true. Let's get clear on what you want first. Once she wrote down her dream life was, I want to double my salary, 100% remote. She has a young son, so she actually wanted to move from DC to North Carolina so she could be around her family. Her mom lives with her. She wanted a house that was big enough that they weren't stepping on each other and her mom could have her own suite. So in order for her mom to have her own suite, she needed to make enough money to buy a massive house to be able to do that. And she wanted a big house with a finished basement. Now, here's the thing. Once she clearly defined what she wanted, she got 6 job offers at the same time. Now, the 6 job offers showed her what was available simply by owning how she wanted to feel. 6 job offers like that. Unsolicited, by the way. Law of attraction, you become what you think about most of the time. So once she looked at the 6 job offers, I said, put them on a spreadsheet. She put the 6 job offers on a spreadsheet, and I said, pick what you like out of each of the 6. It's like the same thing. We're at the Chipotle menu again, right? She picked what she liked off of all of the 6 jobs, and that next job was her dream job. 100% remote, double her salary. She moved from DC to Charlotte. She got a house that was a model house, $300,000 worth of equity already built into it. She rides around on a golf cart in her neighborhood. Her mom has her own wing of the house, and she lives harmoniously in a job. They treat her like royalty. When she gets together with them once a quarter, they put her up in a 5-star hotel, rent her a luxury car. They treat her like the queen she is. That's what we do in Redefine Masterclass. It's not that hard, but it is work. So I want you to consider, have you clearly defined what success means to you today? Again, my client had her mom in the house. It's cool, but not so cool. They needed room. But in order to have room, she needed to make more money. And she was worth it. She just had to claim that and own it for herself. She had a young son that she wanted to know her cousins. She had a young son that she wanted him to know his family, and they lived in the South. So now she has this huge house. Her family comes all the time. That's how she wanted to live. So I want y'all to think about, how do you want to live? And then think about, you got to reverse engineer the dream job thing to then create the dream job. And I hope that this information has made sense to you. And I hope that it has been useful to you, because you can have everything that you want in life. You just need to believe that it's possible for you. You just have to see that it's happened for people. And it has, again and again and again. And this didn't happen in the 1970s. This has happened in the past 2 to 3 years, which have been some of the most tumultuous times in the job market. There are opportunities out there for you if you just get a clear vision on who you are and what you want, and be able to manifest everything that you want in life. Because if she can do it, and my Vision Finder Masterclass clients can do it, so can you. So we're going to drop 2 videos that are related to this topic in the description below. The first one is Law of Attraction, manifest anything that you want. And the second one is Want to Raise, the 5-step method that will help you get it. I hope that you've enjoyed this video as much as I have enjoyed making it. Leave me a comment and let me know what was your biggest takeaway and your aha. And then like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with everyone that you care about. And to close out, happiness is a choice. What are you choosing? Take care.